Okay. Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 3. Right. So let's come into this one. Let's get to it. In, as in, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Listen, right? So Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 3. Hear me out. Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 3. So right, what does that mean? Man City now are now 3 points. They're trading Arsenal by 3 points at the top of the table. So yesterday's draw sees Man City go to third and Liverpool leapfrog them. You understand? Liverpool are now on 31 points. Arsenal are on 33 points, right? And then City are on 30 points. So it's going to be very, very tough. It's going to be very interesting to see which of these three teams still have it in them to challenge for the Premier League. Let's also not forget to mention Aston Villa in the conversation. Aston Villa in fourth place, right? Just a point above Tottenham with 28 points, right? But still, these five clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Aston Villa, as well as Tottenham Hotspur, they're still in it. They can still challenge for the league, right? So far, Arsenal is the one team that is really showing the consistency. They are showing the fact that they are intending to win this prestigious trophy. It's been a long time since Arsenal last won. The last time they won the Premier League was about 90 or 20 odd years ago, right? 2004. In the 2003-2004, that was the memorable season that the Gunners had. That was the time when Arsene Wenger was still at the helm. And what an incredible record he set during that time with the likes of Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Robert Pires, and all the stars, man, Patrick Vieira, and the list just goes on and on. Right now, who do they have? Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, Alexander Zinchenko, and many more. You understand? So with the draw for Manchester City, right? Unfortunately, yes, this is their third consecutive draw. They drew 3-3 they drew 4-4 against Chelsea. They also drew 1-1, which was a game against Liverpool, which was the game that they could have won that game. Like I said before, they could have won that game by the 65th minute, right? But unfortunately, they were meant to rule those missed chances that they missed. They missed so many chances, and they were punished. Like in football, they say a 1-0 lead is always very risky, and you should never rely on a single goal lead, because if you rule your chances, if you don't kill off the game, you will be punished eventually. And that's exactly what we saw. Alexander-Arnold scoring the crucial equalizer at the Etihad last Saturday, and now again that's what we saw. What a brilliant game. What an epic Premier League game. And it seems like Pep Guardiola still has nightmares against Tottenham. Quite often, he's always had nightmares against Tottenham. This was the same team that knocked him out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League a few seasons ago via the away goal rule. So this is a team where he has really struggled. This is a team that has been giving him so many nightmares over the past few seasons. And again, they gave him another nightmare. Son opening the scoring in the first 4 minutes of the game. That was a great build-up play from Tottenham Hotspur. Kulizeski, that long ball, finding Son. You would expect Jeremy Doku, who was tracking back from left wing, you'd expect him to do better, right? He should have not have allowed the ball to bounce there. Or maybe I guess it was a matter of bad positioning from the Belgian winger. But then, nevertheless, man, great goal by Son Heung-min. You understand? That's now his 8th goal against Manchester City, right? And he just loves scoring against Manchester City, man. He loves it. Giving Tottenham Spurs the early lead. Remember, right now, Spurs came into this one off the back of 3 consecutive defeats on the spin. Following that blistering start towards the season, they lost 4-1 at home to Chelsea. They took the lead first. They took the lead. They also lost. I don't understand what happened in that game against Wolves. How was it possible that they allowed, that game to slip through their fingers? I mean, they were in cruise control of getting all 3 points, bouncing back from that defeat to their London rivals Chelsea, but they let it slip, conceding 2 late goals at the Molineux Stadium. That was their second consecutive defeat, and their recent third consecutive defeat came at home. Again, they took the lead and they let it slip through their fingers. Again, Aston Villa punishing Tottenham for poor defending. And again, in this game, they took the lead once again. They almost lost. And wow, Jeremy Doku, what a player, man. What a player. Again, luckily, Man City got back into the game immediately. From scoring at one end, then he scored at the other in his own net. But unfortunately, it ricocheted off his right thigh. He did not expect that coming. He thought that his teammate Bissouma was going to deal with that one. But unfortunately, it happens in football. It's like same contrast. It's like a comparison to the own goal that Santiago Jimenez of Feyenoord scored against Atletico Madrid in that 3-1 defeat in the Champions League. Quite often, Santiago Jimenez has been fantastic in front of goal. He's normally used to scoring at the other end of the field, but unfortunately he hit the ball into the back of his own net after it ricocheted off the back of his head. Just like Son, it ricocheted off his thigh to give Man City the 1-1 equalizer. Following that, and then we saw Jeremy Doku, brilliant play. He was just unlucky to hit the crossbar in the first half. That could have given City the lead. It was just very unlucky from him, man. Very unlucky. But then City did eventually take the lead. They got what they deserved. Some great combination play between Julian Alvarez and as well as Doku, setting up Phil Foden from close range. You could never expect them to miss from there, giving the Citizens the 2-1 lead for the first time in the game. And then second of all, we saw Julian Alvarez also had the chance to make it 3-1. Unfortunately, his shot came off the left post, which was also very unfortunate. That was unlucky from the Argentine, who also had a solid game throughout the encounter, right? And understanding the fact that, Tottenham were missing Romero at the back, but it really did not affect them that much. And we saw Tottenham, they got back into the game. The Argentine Giovanni Lo Celso scoring his second consecutive goals in 2 matches on the spin. Remember, he did score the opening goal, a brilliant goal against Aston Villa, and also the goal yesterday against Manchester City was just as brilliant. That was a brilliant strike from the Argentine. As it ricocheted off the post, he placed it wonderfully to equalize, to make it 2-2. After a great combination between him and Son, it was also great defending from Tottenham, because if you look at how that goal was actually scored, it was actually an interception from the Tottenham defender. As you could see, City wanted to go on the counter. Great interception via a header by the Tottenham defender, setting it up for Son, who combined with the Argentine Lo Celso, and then Lo Celso got the equalizer. Then, it was the climax, man. Again, Man City took the lead once again. Again, great combination play, on the right side of things. Haaland involved. It was a combination of Rodri. Great interception by the Spanish midfielder Rodri, setting up Haaland. Haaland playing the ball across, substitute Jack Grealish off the bench, giving what he thought would be the winner for Manchester City, but it was not meant to be, giving City a 3-2 lead. That was a classic, another classic Premier League game. But hey, man, let's talk about the side, the Londoners, Tottenham Hotspur, refusing to back down. They just literally refuse to back down. They hardly ever want to accept defeat. And that's what has made them really have a great season so far. Irrespective of those 3 consecutive losses, Spurs have had a wonderful season. And due to their never say die attitude, due to their, willingness to play up until the final whistle, them showing that hunger, showing that desire to get back into the game, not willing to back down, not willing to accept defeat, is what has made them really stand out from many other Premier League clubs. And that's exactly what we saw. That was a great combination between Son setting up Bremen Johnson. Bremen Johnson's cross finding Kulezeski. Brilliant header. That was a lovely header towards regulation time to set the game on a classic, man. 3-3, making it 3-3, sending the Tottenham fans in a frenzy. It was a deserved point for Spurs. But both teams missed out on a chance to close the gap on Arsenal, who are occupying top position. But here, I guess, this is the Premier League. Things can always change, man. It's just about which team is going to show more consistency, which team is going to show more determination, which team is going to continue really, ensuring that they don't drop points, because at this point of the season I think you cannot afford to drop as many points as possible, because now City have now dropped 9 points. You understand? This is their third consecutive draw. As for Spurs, yes, luckily they end a string of 3 defeats, right? Getting a point away from home, which is a very positive feeling for Postecoglou and his men. And yeah, man, we can only take it from there, man. They can only take it from there. Congrats to Spurs.